Okay, so this has been a long time coming. I gotta be honest. It's taken me quite a bit of a minute to kind of get back on this wavelength that I'm now on. So many things are happening, and I just want to be as transparent as is possible and to explain the fact that a big part of my mission in this life and in relation to why I'm here is really to help with uplifting the lives of other people. And I came to realize that many years ago. However, I don't think I ever acted on it or acted on that knowledge in its fullest capacity. However, at this point of my life, I am now looking to make that transition in like by like 110%. You see me, like all in. And I'm saying this and I'm being very explicit with my efforts because I want everybody out there who's watching this video or who is tuning into the content that I'm going to be creating to realize that there's really nothing stopping you but you. You know what I mean? And I know we hear these common sayings like over and over again. Due to the advent of social media, etc. We hear all these different sayings, but we sometimes don't really take the time to actually apply them based on our own circumstances. So with that being said, I want you guys to look at my life or use my life as an example. I always, um, you know, wanted to use the experiences that I go through to help other people too. And so definitely tune into what I'm gonna be doing. Definitely tune into the content that I'll be producing, so that you can see for yourself, I guess, what that looks like. What believing in yourselves looks like, what standing up for what you believe in looks like, what not being fearful of what other people might think of you, of what being fearful of what others, how they might perceive your actions or etc. You know, a big part of this whole mission for me is to be myself to the fullest, and live life to the fullest from that standpoint of, understanding who I am and being able to relay that without feeling, I guess, insecure about that, you know. And I'm saying that to say because I have been through that, and not necessarily that I've 100% overcome it, but that it's a process. And I want you who are looking on to feel that again. There's I'm is the fact of having all these external factors that we might think are what are actually holding us back. It's not. It's really just you making a decision to say, hey, I know truly within myself this is what I stand for. I know truly within myself that this is who I am, and then I am going to be what I am. I'm going to be and express myself based on what it is that is within the essence of who I am. And this is coming not from a superficial standpoint, but from a more deeper spiritual standpoint, right? It's not just something that just pop up overnight type of vibes. This is what is resonating within me, right? And so I don't want you to take what I'm saying like lightly, as if to say it's just just some hurry come up type of vibes or anything like that. No. This is from a lot of introspective work. This is from spending a lot of time thinking, meditating on my life, meditating on my personal journey, right? And in order for you to take on or embark upon a journey having to do with more spiritual depth, it means that you have to spend time to do that introspective work. You have to do some soul searching, and these are not necessarily things that, every day, people are necessarily talking about, but I do think it's very important and critical for our overall development. And when I say development, I mean, I'm more so relating that to self-awareness. And that's a big part of why I'm actually working on, creating what I'm trying to create, or not what I'm trying to, but what I'm creating. It's really to help, as many people as is possible become more self-aware. And I'm essentially just acting as a channel for that effort, to aid in that process. And when I say self-aware, it just it's pretty simple from the standpoint that we all need to really remember who we truly are. And what that connects to is obviously why we are here. And in understanding that, it really fills a gap of a lot of information that is kind of missing within our general education at this moment. And I want, you guys to know that with anything that I say, or with anything that might come from me throughout this whole venture that I'm or adventure, I'd like to put it, yeah, this whole adventure that I'm on, make sure you do your own research. Make sure you spend the time to actually look something up. If there's something that is said that might not be too clear, of course, I'm always open to dialogue, etc. But also, it's also important to independently spend time to learn for yourself and to figure things out, you know. And I'm saying that because unfortunately, we tend not to spend time to educate ourselves outside of the information that we just are given from an educational standpoint in schools or etc. There's so much information out there that would be really integral for our overall progress and growth. And if you're not going out there to search for it, then you trust me, you can't just expect that it's gonna just fall fall in your lap just because without any effort at all. So saying all that to say that I am on a mission essentially to help improve and increase the self-awareness, i.e. the consciousness of people, who I'm exposed to. And I'm equally on my own journey of expanding my own level of self-awareness, and I want to take you on that journey also. I want to, this is not about just about me doing something to do something to get returns or anything like that. No, it's kind of a mutual experience wherein I'm learning and you're learning at the same time. And I think that would be very beneficial because you get a more holistic feel and view of the whole process of growth and learning in general, right? So with all that being said, like I was saying, I'm really on this journey of aiding in expanding the level of self-awareness of individuals, uh, primarily through health and wellness. And the reason for this is because in my eyes, I deem our temple as, well, it's not my original thought, but I think we all know that, or we have the perception that our temple is the house of God, right? The house of the divine, right? And whether you want to believe that or not, that's obviously up to you. But the way how I see my body is, I see it as a temple. And because I know that there's divinity within me, and you don't, whether you want to believe it or not, there is definitely divinity within you because you have life, right? And the life that is within you is of divine order, right? And so with that, in my mind, my translation of all this is that if you're to get the most optimal experience out of this, whether you want to say the average lifespan is 70 years or how much ever years of your life that you end up having, hopefully it's 100 plus, of course. But if you want to experience an optimal life and live it to its fullest based on that capacity, in my mind, it starts with your temple. It starts with how you're catering to the needs of your temple. And that is why, for me, I try to focus on, nutrition. I try to focus on fitness, breath work, energy work, and life coaching with the approach of my company in helping others. And this is because for me, it carries a very holistic approach in helping you to see where you are, and help you to identify where you're going based on your present patterns of behavior, based on your present habits. We all have to understand that the end product of our lives is really dependent on the habits and actions and the decisions that we've um, executed throughout the timeline of our lives. And those decisions can either give us an amazing life or they give us a not so amazing life, right? And so with establishing this process to give you a viewpoint of that whole picture, it will then enable you to see that you have a choice to make. And that choice is what truly empowers you through your own free will, to make a decision to do better, to make a decision to live better, right? And in identifying with that more higher state of being, it essentially allows you to more have a more in-depth or deeper connection with the spirit that is within you, right? And I know all this might sound a little bit, I'll use the word tricky in a certain way, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's funny because in my mind, I'm like, it's been so long that I've been wanting to do this, but at the same time, it's like, it's so interesting now starting to do this and doing it within this capacity. It's still kind of like, wow, this is actually happening, dude. You're doing it, you know? But, but like I said, I think that these are important things, in my eyes, important things that need to be addressed, spoken about, so that, like I said, there can be greater self-awareness about your own life and your own journey, and so that you can get more out of life from that perspective. But I definitely think there's a lot of benefit with having that deeper understanding of life, having that deeper understanding of the purpose behind your life, and one that is that gives you a more holistic view. I know I use the word holistic a lot, but it gives you a more holistic view of this whole journey, because there's more to this picture of life than you might be exposed to. And I definitely encourage you to be a little bit more curious towards life from that standpoint, and take everything with a grain of salt, of course, because like I said, this journey requires a lot of in-depth research, a lot of time actually trying to learn, and trying to gain more insight, and that is fine. I think that's kind of the fun part of things, because at the end of the day, you look at life from a progressive standpoint. You start out as a baby, and as a baby, you need baby food, right? If you can't start off a baby with a whole box of KFC, nah, brother, that not gonna work. You see me? I said, like, the baby need nourishing food that is at the level of where the baby's digestive system can work, right? So with that being said, it's the same context. Based on where you're at in your life, no, there is certain information that will resonate with you based on where you're at. And as you expand your level of awareness, self-awareness, and your level of your consciousness, you'll be able to get weaned off a certain information, certain food, and grow into being able to accept or to adapt to more information as you expand as a person. But as I said, all of this takes work, and it takes a lot of self-work. It takes a lot of, facing the man or woman in the mirror and looking at yourself to see, like, what exactly is it that I'm doing here? What is happening? And face the fact of who you are. And I'm saying all this to say with a heart, filled with a lot of love, peace, and harmony towards everybody. Not that I'm perfect, of course, but saying this from the truest standpoint and the more sincere standpoint that I can, that there's so much out there for you to gain from your experience here on the planet. And it really, again, as I said, starts with you making certain important decisions for catering to your health and well-being. And from a global standpoint, I think that once individuals choose to subscribe to a higher standard of living from a health standpoint, it will definitely create waves of change and positive impact globally. I can 100%, excuse me, I can 100% like, you know, make that claim. Why? Because like the way how we think and the way how we operate a lot of times starts with how we're treating our bodies and what we're eating and all these different things. Maybe a lot of us might not think about those things, but there are correlations. There are a lot of correlations. you know it's not just about genetics is a part of it, but genetics is also impacted by external and internal factors, and those factors sometimes stem from what you are giving your body and what you are feeding your body. So again, I know this is kind of a lot of information, and I'm sorry, but it's probably gonna be like that for the most part. Um, but this is dope though. This is dope. It's truly dope because this is a big journey for me, and I'm definitely definitely happy to take you all on the journey, and I'm definitely looking forward to sharing and learning from the journeys of other people as I progress with what I'm doing. And again, the whole mission behind it is just to see growth, is just to see progress. You know, I've always been of the perspective that if I grow, others should grow too. You know, that's just how I think. That's just how I am. It's not something that I will ever change. It's just who I am. And so, with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what will come from this. And like I said, this is a big step for me. This is a step of growth for me in doing this to begin with. So I don't want you to take it lightly, as if to say, I'm like, not to say that not prepared in a certain way, but like I'm taking this very lightly. Me doing this video, for one, it's been a long time coming, trust me. And I feel that now is the time to start. I feel like now is the time to get this process going. And I want each and every one of you who are tuning in to really be a part of that journey, and for us all to grow together during these very important times. There are a lot of things happening in the world that they're definitely affecting our way of life, and it is important that you within yourself understand and empower yourself to cater to your needs and to cater to the needs of your family, of your loved ones. And it starts by you catering to you. And until you truly understand and cater to yourself in a, like I said, holistic standpoint, it's going to be hard for you to do it otherwise. It's like they say, you can't really expect to love something external of yourself, whether a person, anything really, until you truly love yourself. Then and that's a work in progress, even for myself. This is a part of my self-love. Communicating and expressing myself is a part of my self-love. Like, releasing what I have that is within me is a part of my self-love, because I've neglected that for many years. But now is the time. Now is the time, man. So yeah, I'm super excited. This is like my first like big official video. So it's pretty cool. Definitely, as I said, looking forward to everything that is coming. And I want you guys all to really, be comfortable with kind of stepping outside of your box for a little bit, and kind of feel the weather outside and see what is what. But there's a lot coming, and I want everybody to be prepared from a health standpoint. Let me not say there's a lot. I'm not predicting, I'm not doing any of that, but I'm just saying that with everything that is taking place now, I just want everyone to be as healthy as is possible, and for us to progress from a health standpoint and equally to a societal standpoint. And that has its own waves of impact, like I said. So, but it starts by us taking care of ourselves first. And if each of us do that, then trust me, the result of that would be tremendous. So definitely thank you guys so very, very, very much for tuning into this video. I know I was babbling a lot, but it's a lot of babbling with a lot of good intent behind it, you know. So definitely continue checking out the content that I'll be coming out with, and make sure you follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok page. It's all raw consciousness. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, drop a comment, drop some positive vibes. You know, this whole endeavor is about maintaining positive energy. You know what I mean? So share it, spread it. You know, that's what this is gonna all be about. So definitely thank you guys so much for tuning in, and definitely stay tuned for more insightful information that's to come. One love.